Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mancillon. I wanted to wish you a really good day. For today, it's my it's my vlog 2237 in English. I am under the roof here. The other night I had a cat that was jumping on the roof. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Well, it's quiet. I'm in La Ciotat, and I feel like in this movie, Being John Malkovich, there was this like this this building with offices with a low ceiling. It's a little bit like that. I wanted to discuss a few ideas. The first is really what we seek is good feeling thoughts, to feel, to make a feeling list of what many lists, to-do list to do as well, but a feeling list to seek peace, to seek love, joy, freedom, abundance, prosperity, happiness. It is very important, and this frequency is already available if we tune into it, if we tune our frequency to do this, to this specific fifth dimensional energy. That's the connection to the source, to the creator. Everything we seek to, we left the third dimension, the physical realm, in our consciousness to seek something, and that's the fourth dimension. When we will find it, we'll find that connection. All that we seek in the fourth dimension, we will find in the fifth dimension, and we have a lot of assistance from the galactics, our fifth and sixth dimension, essentially. For our mission is to create a paradise on earth. It's a big mission, but that's the earth was meant to be, and that's the will of God to turn to liberate this planet and make it a paradise. So, but the more we integrate the frequency of our higher self, of our divine self, the more the presence of God becomes tangible within yourself. The energies of paradise comes along with it. As God comes in, paradise comes along with it. And there is a great activation that is coming on the 11/11 at 11:11 in the morning, wherever you might chance to be. I've always had very strong activation during those times. For it is very important to continue to communicate our light. It's very important to because it affects and assists a lot of people, and a lot of people are a little bit lost. I don't know if you know what I mean. They're a little bit lost. So sometimes it is good to show them the north, to show them the way out. There is and that is to integrate the divine identity within our physical body. It gets easier as time goes on, as we continue to purify ourselves, to find the balance between the divine and the human. We have this human aspect that is that is imperfect, but we need to move towards perfection supreme, the mastery of time and space. And so we have to deal with the individual and the collective always. For we are one and the same, but we integrate faster on the individual level than on the collective. Yet we're growing together. For the ascension is collective, even on the individual level. If we didn't have our guides and the company of heaven, we would have been a lot harder. I don't think we would have made it that far. There is a great deal of spirit assistance or source, even God provides that was essential, although we may not be aware of all the assistance we've got from the universe. I'm going to pull a few cards. For it is very much the union of heaven and earth, and the harmonization of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, to have your spine activated in this kundalini that gently open the higher climb and open the higher frequency of spirit, move into this river of life, this with the Ida and the Pangala, the Mars and Venus, the power of will and the power of desire. So to become the magician. So the card of the day is the Amerindian. It's like living in a circle. It's like very connected to the land, the great spirits of nature. For within nature is we have to work with the forces of nature. There is the elementals that are holding the form, the divas that coordinate the elementals, and the Elohim, that's the creator of form. But then there are genies that are coming to play. They are gods, what we call gods, natural gods, beings that are supervising different culture, different area, different. So there is all kinds of subtle energies within nature that we need to reconnect with. Eventually, we'll come to the discovery of the mysterious power centers and all the energy controllers of the universe. But those beings that are when the universe was organized, they moved in. Before that, there was just the architect of the master universe were send the primary and secondary master force organizer to turn the primal energy of space into those galactic forms, and then local universe are organized and structured, and then the power centers and energy controllers take the charge. They either liberate or contract the energies through the magnetic poles. They have those presence in the magnetic, but we don't actually see them as we ascend to paradise. We only see them as we return from paradise. And the local universe, we are at the end of this huge. There was going to be 700,000 our 700,000 local universe, and we are at the end of that spiral in the seventh super universe. We are not a young universe, but quite a young universe. We're not settled in light and life. There are all the universes are settled in light and life at different seventh stage of light and life, at which point those whole universe, or the planet that's in light and life, or an individual that can be in light and life, we're no longer subject to the material universe. We're subject to the eternal. The planet get when they settle in light and life, an eternal orbit around the center of the super universe. They cannot no longer like Alpha Centauri has been consumed in light and life for a very long time. And so so we all evolve at different speed and different level. Eventually all will fuse into the light and the life. So it's good to be receptive mode, to always, when you live your life, to be receptive, but understanding that the biblical snake is always watching, see if he can exploit a weakness within you. And all of this is when subject to fear, to doubt, to guilt, to self-judgment, to shame, blame, whatever, superiority complex, inferiority complex. All of that is just it's just when you feel any of that, it is we feel like we're under the spell of it, but it's actually to release it, in contrast to the eternal glory of the one light of the Creator. So it's all because those things were attracted because they were part of our subconscious, and so they have to come out at some point to be released, and in order to be transcended or to be healed. And so this is what I wanted to discuss today. So the elementals, when you talk to the communicators, there's all sorts of elementals. There is one order I recommend you communicate with, if you can. This is the elementals that live in nature, the fairy realm. So contact the fairy queen nearest you and send them greeting. You can bring them a little bit of chocolate. They like that. And you can invite them in your home. If they're really good spirits. They're fun. They're poetic. They're light. They're intelligent. And so they always they will be. They have to feel comfortable, but they will come. And so I'm going to discuss also the. Let's see, I'm going to put a card there. I wanted also to discuss the idea of talk about the mineral kingdom, which is getting activated right now. And wow, beautiful card of the day. I had that today also. Happy. It's about accepting the infinite perfection of things, and the joy is the only solution, the only reality, the joy, the happiness. And so what I wanted to talk about is that right now, when you look at the world of jewelry, people wear jewelry to embellish themselves, usually the outside. But we'll come to realize that precious stones are crystal that are connected to the earth, just as other crystals maybe, that actually can channel energy, and because it is connected to the center of the planet, the central crystal core of Mother Earth, that is pulsating this energy, and that is right now activating all of the crystalline field, because most of the Earth's crust surface is made of crystals of different kinds, and they're all getting activated. So in the future, people will wear jewelry, stones like that, or crystals, to enhance their own frequency and energy, rather than to embellish the other form. Just as to give an example, when the second moon of Atlantis was a huge satellite, a huge crystal that was Arcturian in origin, that was regulating all the technologies of the Atlara and Poseida and so on. And what happened is that this crystal was created from, it was part of a much larger crystal that was placed right in front of the galactic center, who received directly the energy of the central energy of the great central sun. And this crystal was connected to that, and so he had a very, very specific frequency, because the crystal remains connected. When you have a crystal, it's still connected to a part of the earth where it grew up, where it came from. And the idea of the ring, the ring that people wear, is actually, it's a very old concept of, it was Prometheus was tied up to the Caucasus, the mountain, that Zeus punished him, and every night he had a bird that came to eat his liver, but since he was an immortal, he would still be there the next day, and he was an eternal supplice. But it was Heracles who was into this big work of those 12 deeds that he had to do for Hera, and one of them was to gather back the apples, the golden apples from the garden of the spirit. And so he knew that Atlas was the brother of Prometheus. So Heracles came to see Prometheus and say, well, can you tell me why he's your brother? He said, yeah, if you free me. So he killed the bird and he freed Prometheus, but Zeus had made a promise, he had swear on the Styx, the river on the Styx, that he was eternally going to be tied up to his to the Caucasus. And so Zeus couldn't break his promises. So what they took is they took a little piece of the Caucasus and they tied it up to Prometheus, so Zeus could fulfill his promise, and that's how the ring was created. He had to carry a piece of the mountain with him in order to be free and to walk around. Just for the little story. So I thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I thank you for your donations. I'm going to pull a few cards, maybe sing a song. And I'm getting ready for this just monumental change. Continue to, the hermit is really the hermit is really it's called alone. All one. When we're all one, we're alone. Because we're all one, it cannot be any other. But there is the one and the other, but eventually there is part of us that is also all one. And that sometimes we can remember that. So the observer of the day is the ripeness. The work has been done. Now it's about integration and alignment and adjustment. And there's little minor tweaking that needs to be done within our energy. A lot is coming. The highest wisdom is friendliness. It's about love, exchange, communication, appreciation. What needs to be understood is totality. It's about how to stay focalized. It's something, it seems very difficult to do, but it's like, and there is no net, so it's like, whoa. So we have to learn to stay focused and not to know that the desire will be fulfilled eventually, and we don't need to pressurize ourselves too much about it. What we need to do is innocence, is the power of the sun. It is the best of all things. It is we have to be this shining light, the sun, to know that at all moments we can tune into that frequency of enlightenment and empowerment. And what the outcome is the delays. It's like patience, it's like there is delays. It's like what happened in terms of understanding it's very much about letting go, having a new vision, letting go of the old. There is this deep transformation and letting go of stress. There's all that, we're going to get to the breakthrough. Eventually it's going to break through. Everything's going to break through. We get to let go of all the pressure of not taking as important, not to think that to give less importance to the material world if we can, and more importance to the joy, to the feeling state of life. At which point the new possibilities will come into the picture, and it's like this, he's flying really high, but he's got a really good eye for what is possible. So it's like a sense of the possibility. We're going to refine that, the sense of possibility. Well, I'm finished with a song. I sing the Amazing Grace in a French video, but I don't want to be repetitive. I'm going to sing another song. Just it seems more fun to finish, and thank you very much. This one is about a song of hope. It's called A Stairway to Heaven. There's a lady who's sure All that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came here for. Ooh, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiving. Ooh, it makes me wonder. There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for living. In my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voice of those who stand looking, and it makes me wonder. And it whispered that soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason, and a new day will dawn for those who stand long, and the forest will echo with laughter. Do you remember laughter? If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a sprinkling for the May Queen. Yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. And it makes me wonder. Your head is humming and it won't go in case you don't know. The piper's calling you to join him. Dear lady, can you hear the wind blow? And did you know? Your stairway lies on the whispering wind. And as we wind on down the road, our shadows taller than our soul, there walks a lady we all know, who shines white lights and wants to show how everything still turns to gold. And if you listen very hard, the tune will come to you at last, where all are one and one is all. To be a rock and not to roll, not to roll, not to roll. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. Stairway to Heaven. A great song. My childhood, like memories. It's like a classic rock. Pull a few more cards. Led Zeppelin. The observer of the day is rejoicing. It's about rejoicing, very much about rejoicing. What we need to understand is the request. Be clear about what you ask the universe. Personalize your prayer, your meditation, your decrees, your mantras. Just be simple, come from the heart, and know that all the more it's like, the more it is simple, the more you're open, the faster the reflection comes in relationship to what we ask. For desires is really what comes from God. But we do need to learn patience. Right now, we have to understand the healing. There is a healing that is going on. What we need to do is enthusiasm to stay really, really on the up and up. Even if we have, we go into a slow rhythm, we still we're still on the up and up, ready for whatever. And the outcome will be consolation. We're going to be able to repair, to find the wholeness of the healing and the consolation within the process. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste, my friends.